Oh, is that a weed or a cigarette evaporator?
I think it's one of them cigarette joints.
And vaporizers.
Yeah, it's an e-cigarette.
Those look like fun, but don't you feel like, because both of us used to smoke, don't you feel like that would just be
Yo, okay, I hear me now.
An e-cigarette? I feel like that would be a gateway into me just smoking cigarettes again.
Yeah, because like you said, like being a fucking smoker for so long, I would need the real thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't, like I use those inside of the quitting, and it's not real, man. It's not a real cigarette. It doesn't hit like a real cigarette.
You get your nicotine and you get the oral fixation. It's using that is like going to be a shot girl at the titty bar. You know what I mean? Like, you're a fucking cunt hair away from jerking off guys in the bathroom. You're already in that. It's a gateway to fucking chain smoking.
It's like fucking one of them fake vaginas. You know what I'm saying? Them latex joints. It's not the real thing, man.
And you're just gonna want the real thing. I guess I'm just not gonna start that shit. I'm not starting none of it. I'll start smoking once I get old enough to not care about my dick.
What's that? Like 60?
I don't know. Who knows? I'm not at that age yet. Who knows? I don't know. But I really enjoyed smoking cigarettes.
I did too, man. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. I enjoyed smoking. I enjoyed the little buzz that it will give you.
I like the ritual. The ritual. You sit down. I would watch. You always smoked outside.
Yeah.
See, I would smoke inside. I'll sit down at the end of the day, put on TV, watch me a little movie, smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the thing now. It's like when I see movies where they're smoking and they're drinking, it's like, oh.
Especially when it's like a gangster or somebody really cool smoke. like cats want to act like you're not influenced, but like when I see a real gangster ass fucking cool motherfucker light up a cigarette after he just did something sweet, I'm like, man, I want to do that. I want to do something sweet and chain smoke.
Light that shit up, man.
Yeah.
I do. I miss it, man. I miss it. I'm coming up on 3 years.
For real?
Yep, it'll be 3 years in November.
You know what's good is when you stop knowing the years. I don't even,
you don't count anymore, huh?
Yeah, I don't even, it's like, it's not a part of me anymore, so I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm through the window now, you know what I'm saying? It's like I get no points for it now. Like nobody, if I drop that on anybody, nobody's just like, oh, good job.
You know I quit smoking. Oh, for real? When? 12 years ago. It's like, congratulations.
Good job, man. Yeah. So what's been going on with you lately?
It's like Nas still eating off of Illmatic and shit. Like, come on, man. Do something else that I give a fuck about. Do something else.
Hey, I'm still eating off an album from 15 years ago.
Yeah, you are.
What's the problem with that? What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
If it works, man. But
I guess you're right.
I'm not pushing any of my other work to say like, well, since you don't like that, I still have Master of the Universe. Right. It's like, nah, I'm repping all equally.
And here's the other thing. It's also just a lack of your production. You're like, you're just not the most hardworking rapper. You're not the James Brown of this rap shit.
Nah, man, nah. Like, I don't know, man. I got weird ideas when it comes to music, man. Like I just got funny shit, man. And it's just me. It's just me. Like I've never been like inside of this program, man, where I kind of wanted to be part of it, man.
Did you feel like that was unfair for me to say that you're not the hardest worker, or should I be like you're not the most prolific rapper?
Well, I mean, like that. It's all perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're comparing me to something.
I'm comparing you to the average, and then compared to the average, you are way below average.
Yeah, but I mean, like compared to who? To who? Tell me who. Give me a name.
To the average MC that's successful in this game.
The average MC that's successful in this game
has more than 2 albums in 15 years.
Yeah, but is their album, back to where we began at, is their album Masters of the Universe? You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, we talked about this shit before, you know, but the thing for me was just to drop an album that like cats would remember forever, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm not done. I still write. I write every day, dog. You know, but as far as like what I put out, and you know, I'd throw away a rhyme a day.
Which I think is ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous. You've written me, or you've read me some of the shit that you don't use, and it's just as good as the shit you do use. I can't tell the fucking difference. But like, for some reason you don't like this one and that one and that one. And I think, the thing is you and I were talking apples and oranges earlier. I'm talking about straight production. What have you produced? What is out there, and based on, I mean, numbers like math, like you're not dropping a ton of shit.
No, and you know, and bro, and even if like, you know, like crazy material was coming out, I wouldn't want to do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I've never wanted to do it like that, where I'm just like dropping a bunch of shit. You know, I don't want to oversaturate. You know. With my shit,
I don't gotta worry about that,
right?
Yeah,
I think that's one of the things that makes Master Universe what it is
so
that there's only one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's like a mythology behind y'all cats and shit with all this stuff, like you know, how you guys came together, you know, the fact that you guys broke up shortly after you made the album. There's like this whole story that people are attracted to as much as the music. It probably helps sell the music.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, like that shit.
And that's what it is, man. That's what has kept it alive. Is it you know, everybody that's getting into it today, you know what I mean? Like the kids that get into it today, they're getting into it for the same reasons that, you know, everybody did in the beginning. Oh, it's the same kind of cats, and that's what keeps music alive, right? Not just my shit, but anybody's shit.
I don't think the same kind of person is listening to rap that was when we were younger.
Nah, they get into it for the same reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same. It's the same class of people. Like
no, I disagree.
Hear what I'm saying before you go.
I'm gonna disagree.
See, this is what you do.
You make a statement. You make a statement, and then I disagree with it.
This is what you do, right? Maybe you should hear me out.
Making sweeping generalizations
before you say that you disagree.
Why don't you say something?
What I'm talking about.
How come you're not
classifications? Classifications, right? There's classifications for people. There's categories of people, man. There's we have a lot of college fans, you know what I'm saying? College kids that listen to our music. We have a lot of skateboarders that listen to our music, you know what I'm saying?
You said the people that are into rap are into...
No, that are into binary stars I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. Like the same people that we're listening to, that's what I'm saying. Hear me out, bro.
Bro, but you're saying rap. You're like, we're talking rap, and then you're talking binary star.
We were talking binary star.
Is this carrying over from the other thing? Yeah.
When you transition, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like you're moving, and I'm not ready to move yet.
Well, can you be specific in your sentences? Because it's like
I'm still talking about binary star.
I feel like you have one conversation, and then I have to just follow your conversation.
I don't know what that means.
It's like I'll say some shit, you'll just answer to whatever you feel like answering to. That's you're like, well, I want to answer to this, so see, there it is.
I think you're just getting frustrated with interviewing rappers.
Why you say
like,
that?
I'm still talking about Binary Star, and the cats that listen to Binary Star today are a lot like the cats that listen to Binary Star in you know what I'm saying, 96, 97, 8, 99.
I can see that.
You know,
except for you got way more like Filipino chicks now than you did then.
Yeah. You know, I mean, because they know now. Now it's in that vein now. It travels along those lines. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, you listen to underground hip hop? Well, you need to know about Binary. You don't know about Binary Star? Well, you gotta listen to Binary Star. Here it is, Master Universe. It's the only album.
Yeah.
You know? And that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the mystery around it, you know what I mean? Like everybody has their own story, you know what I'm saying? Like some cats don't know that the group broke up. Some cats know that the group broke up but don't know that, you know, we've made music since, you know what I'm saying? Some cats think that there's only one cat in the group, you know? Like everybody's got their own take.
Can you imagine there being a rapper just named Binary Star?
Just one dude.
My name is Binary Star. I'm a rapper.
You know, what's funny is like I'll hit cats on Twitter and I'll follow them from the Binary account, right? And it says Binary Star Duo. So like I can see you getting Binary Star confused. I can see. I don't understand it. I can just see that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just not well read. Anyway, Binary Star Duo.
That means two people.
Now I gotta slap you. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like you don't know, but like they'll hit me. Hey man, thanks for the follow back, man. Yo, I love your music, man. You are the greatest MC ever.
Thank you.
And there's a picture of two of us on there.
Well, you know, it's as long as they're buying the fucking record, that's all that matters.
You know, I don't give a fuck.
All right, so let's jump back to the other point. Is the hip hop listeners totally different now than today.
But the music's different today.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, and it's reaching a broader audience. Everything isn't anything anymore. Like punk rock isn't punk rock anymore. Yeah. Hip hop's not hip hop anymore. And I'm curious to see like what is. I hate to say this, but like I feel like ICP is the Juggalos are like one of the last of the subcultures. Like where are the subcultures? It's hip hop was a subculture. It was like for fucking disenfranchised youth that would glom onto this shit. It was the voice of like anger,
and it had a lot to do with how you would find it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like you had to be somewhere with somebody who was somebody. You know what I mean? In order to get keyed into it. You know what I mean? Now it's like I don't need you to find out about shit.
Nah, they would play it once a week on like Saturday night. They play rap music on JLB or some shit like that. It was that, and when there was a rap song on the radio, it was like, yo, there's a rap song on the radio.
Like you'd hit somebody to let them know. Yeah. Yo, man, they are playing Das Effects on the radio, bro.
It's 5 in the afternoon. Can you believe this shit? They're playing rap on the radio. Like it was that deep.
Straight the fuck up.
I don't think people realize that shit. Like that's how far it's gone. It's been from like I can't believe it. They're playing rap on the radio to I was at the Dodgers game and that's all they were playing for the warm ups. And Jeff was like, "Who was this?" I'm like, I don't know, dude.
And it's wild. It's like because back in that time, man, you know, we wouldn't like classify it as like, yo, they're playing real rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all real.
Yeah, it was rap.
You know what I'm saying? It was just rap. You know what I'm saying?
That was funny you said, because I was listening to Young MC.
Yeah.
I was driving listening to Young MC to fucking bust a move and shit. I remember when that shit came out, I was just happy that rap was on the fucking radio. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't like, when I heard it, I wasn't like, this shit isn't hard enough. I was like, hey,
it's rap.
It's on the radio. Bust a move. Yeah, you want it, you got it. Like, I knew all the words and shit. Like, yo, I was just happy to have a rap song out there.
Some shit that you identify with, you know what I mean, is in the public forum.
Yeah. Those were the good old days.
The good old days.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah, man. And you know, I'm not, man, like we were talking about that other time, is that, you know, like I'm not mad at him, man. It's like I'm not mad at where it's gone. It's like we have, right, our time. I was gonna say we've had our time, but we have our time, right? We have our world, right? That was our world. This other thing that's happening now, this is their world, right? And, you know, like...
It's like the Goonies movie.
Of course, when we go over into their shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to seem strange to us. You know, like, yo, why are you doing that? Like, what is that? And why do you think he's the greatest? And
Yeah, I mean, it's you're just it's like talking two different languages.
Yeah,
it's and like today we just did a Throwback Thursday. It's been like 20 years since fucking Midnight Marauders came out. Like literally 20 years.
Yeah,
like 20 years since Wu-Tang came out. Literally 20 fucking years.
Right.
Like a lot happens in 20 years. Think about us. Like in the fucking 90s, like it was the 70s 20 years before that. Like,
right.
You know,
life changes, man.
Hell
you know what I'm saying? The world changes, man.
Butterfly collars and nut crunchers. You know what I mean? Like they went from butterfly collars and nut crunchers all the way to us just sagging, shit falling off. I remember I was like, I'll never stop sagging. I was like, I'll never stop sagging. And then it was probably like around I was like 30 or some shit like that when me sagging started to look like dad jeans. Like I'd stopped looking cool and I started looking like I was wearing dad jeans.
Like you was working in the shop.
Like I was someone's father, and I was at a fucking little league game. Like just ill-fitting jeans stopped being cool like somewhere, and I didn't know about it, and I had to fucking change really fast.
I still put a little sag. The jeans I got on right now, you know what I mean? Like I don't wear a belt, and so they still sag a little bit. You know,
I mean, me too, but
crazy.
Like, yeah,
you know
me
what I'm
too,
saying?
but
it's not crazy.
But they fit us a little bit better.
Yeah.
This is a far cry from the 90s. Like, if I rolled up wearing these in the 90s, I'd have clowned myself. Fucking ankles showing, rolled up, boat shoes with the ankles showing, and just
So that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So like when we were kids, like our pants were one thing to our parents, right?
Yeah.
And so these cats' pants are another thing to us. Right?
I sent my daughter, I was like, there's some fucking, I don't know, t-shirt company that wanted to get on, like, give out some free shit. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey, do you want some of these t-shirts?
Mm-hmm.
And she hit me back, and they were like rapper t-shirts from Detroit. And she was like, is this a joke? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you fucking kids like anymore. I know it's cool to me, but like, and yeah, it looks gay as fuck to me, but I'm not a 17-year-old, so maybe you like this gay ass shit.
They're still on that 80s shit, man. That 80s, like tight shit and colorful shit, and
bro, it's every decade now. Though they're like, you can walk down the street now, and it's like every decade is represented poorly.
They're pulling the shit that we got over real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're rocking shit we never wore. Like I saw a dude with some Zubas on. You know them weightlifter zebra pants? Like stunting in Zubas. Like no one wore that shit. That was for fucking like date rapists and shit. That was for musclehead date rapists.
My daughter had on some fucking hammer pants, right? And so I keep calling them hammer pants, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're really called.
What do they call them?
I don't know what they're really called.
Drop crotch?
I just know that we called them hammer pants because they were fucking hammer pants, popularized by MC Hammer. And so she she don't want to call them. They're not hammer pants. They're not hammer pants. I can't remember what she was calling them, but I was like, look, you got to get these dances down. So I keep doing like the Running Man and the Roger. Like, look, you got to do it, and I can't touch this.
Chinese typewriter. Pick that shit up. Well, and it's like, come on, man. Like, at least give props to that shit. Like, don't act like your generation was the first one to
that you invented that shit. That's not your shit.
You know what this is what they invented. They invented the futuristic fucking 8-tongue high tops with that go all the way up to your fucking the mid calf area with like fucking a gang of tongues in 3 different colors. Yeah. That's your shit. That's what you get to claim.
That's y'all, man.
And those are based off of the Back to the Future shoes.
Mm-hmm. The Marty McFlys.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up. Old ass motherfuckers. Man, we're just gonna be some old motherfuckers. Get off my lawn.
I think we're already there, man.
Oh, dog.
I think we're already there.
To the fullest. To the fucking fullest. What's crazy is the last few girls I've fucked with have been like 24, 23, and it's a lifetime away. I'd rather, I think I got more in common with a 60-year-old person than a 23-year-old person.
Yeah.
Except for I would rather have sex with the 23-year-old.
Of course.
Because of the menopause with the 60-year-old. And the death
and
inside
other
of
things,
themselves.
and
Yeah.
the teeth maybe not their own. And, yeah.
Doesn't it seem, I always think about, I think we were talking about, like, sometimes I just think that there's, like, death inside of them. Like, you're dying slowly. Like, you're a fucking cunt here away from death.
But now, when you're fucking with the young girls, like, you have nothing to talk to them about.
I just listen to their stupid problems, and then, like, it'll be the most obvious shit. Like, oh my God, and every time I hang out with her, she makes me go to this stupid thing, and I hate her friends, and they're always talking bad about me. And she still loves me $12 from the last time we hung out.
They're still in high school.
Yeah, and it's just like, why are you hanging out? Why are you around this person? Like, why is this even a conversation? Like,
right.
What are you fucking for? Are you going to homecoming after this? Like,
grow the fuck up.
Yeah, and I can't help but think I get like dumb juice on my penis. You know, like.
But I mean, like, you know, most of these motherfuckers, like, either they're fresh out of the cut, you know, or they're still staying with their people.
Thankfully, I don't fuck with no chicks that are still living with
still
their
at
people.
home. Yeah,
which is like a crazy. I think 1 in 3 people, like up to 30 years old.
Really?
1 in 3. It is nuts. The job market is tough, but it's also people like their luxuries. You know what I mean? They just every one of my cousins that live with their parents, and I got a lot of them. They could live on their own. They just won't be able to buy all the fun shit that they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can find a place. Where it's like, you know, you're splitting a 4-bedroom in Michigan and you're dropping $300 a head or some shit like that. Like, that's a possibility.
Yeah. You can get something nice out of Michigan for that.
You know, that's a possibility. They just don't want to. They don't want to spend on rent. You know, like that's it. And look,
when they don't have to.
Yeah, why spend when I don't have to? It's like, what kind of sense does that make?
My mom still does the laundry, you know, so it's.
They don't understand. I always put it to like slavery. It's like the dudes living in the house thinking they got it good. You know what I mean? Well, he lets me do this and lets me do that, and you don't have it good. You know what I mean?
Right.
You think you have it good.
You think you do. You think you do until you realize that, you know, like you're cutting yourself out of a lot of grown up shit.
Yeah, you don't know the freedom that you know, like, because the bottom line is you can come home at 4 a.m, but that's only because your parents say you can come home at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
and then I got to thinking one step further. The freest person is the person that works for themselves. You know what I mean? Like that, you are then the freest. Like, cause me, I'm not like, as much shit as I talk about freedom. Like, I got bosses.
Oh, okay. You're talking about like cats having their own business and things like that. Okay,
yeah, like that is the freest you're gonna be is if you got your own shit. Like me, I can get fired and then I'm ass out. I gotta worry about what the fuck I say, or you know, like I don't have the free. I'm not even all the way free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can pay my own shit. I got my own, you know, pay my own bills. I got all that, but I still don't have that one more step of freedom.
Right.
But that shit is scary because then you got to go get it on your own.
Right. You know, like having, I mean, you know me, like I get my money, but of course I have my wife to lean on. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's always the thought. You know, that I'll have to go get a job.
Right.
You know, just for something steady. You know what I mean? Just, you know, like, and it's always a thought for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have to do this for them. You know, because I'm good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could live off of that if it was just me. But yeah, I've thought about that. You know, like going to get a square job. You know,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. It's. there's something to be said for. I never thought I was going to be like that. This is the longest I've ever had a job, and it's like this. The schedule is cool, you know what I mean? But I've basically become the fucking Monday through Friday weekend warrior guy. You know, don't do shit during the week. Fucking go crazy on the weekend. Like, I'm that guy. You know what I mean? Like, TGIF, happy Friday. You know, I might as well be hump day guy. You know, like, that's where I'm at now.
And then have to come back to earth Monday.
And it's depressing. Like, it fucking,
I feel you,
it fucking sucks. You know what I mean? But, like, you know what else? You know what sucks worse? Not being able to pay your rent. You know, that shit sucks. So I'm grateful.
Cutting off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't want to be in that position, right? And that's when I'll do whatever I need to do to make that happen, right? I don't want to be in the position where, like, I have to think about cutting off my phone or the internet, or, you know what I mean? Like, I lease a car, you know what I'm saying? Like, we trade that in, you know.
Get this 84 Civic, we'll be fine.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have those thoughts anymore, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be, like, crazy fucking broke, you know what I mean? Like, in the beginning of the 2000s, you know what I'm saying? That's from 2000 to 2004, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like really busted, you know what I'm saying? We was like really broke. We were on aid, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go back to that shit. Like, we were staying in a studio apartment, the three of us, with big fucking cockroaches, you know what I'm saying? Them 3-inch cockroaches in Koreatown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was kind of bad for everybody. Yeah, I wasn't doing too good either on that one.
At the beginning of this millennium,
it went from like, you gotta start feeling like this is the end of the world. You know what I mean? Because the 90s were awesome. Like, this awesome music was coming out. We were having a ball. Like, we were just like, I was broke, but I was having fun. You know what I mean? I could pay my rent. I had hope and all this shit. And then fucking George Bush stole that election. They ran the motherfucking planes into the building. And, you know, the economy, I don't give any president all the credit. It goes, like, in waves, and it's kind of like, I'm not a fucking genius, but I know enough to not be like, oh, the economy was good while he was here. He gets all the credit. It's not like that. That economy took a shit, and we was just broke. You know? I remember... it was the same deal. I had no job. I couldn't get fucking hired anywhere. I was on unemployment. I had a tooth rotting out of my mouth cause from not having dental or health insurance. Yeah. Coming up. So I got this tooth rotting out of my mouth. No wheels, no nothing, like fucking ass out. And I'm like, I was like, I might have to go back to Detroit. You know what I mean? Like, this is, I don't see a way out of this. And if I don't get hired somewhere, I'm kind of fucked, you know? Like, taking the bus everywhere, fucking, somehow I got a job washing dishes and fucking, in goddamn LA. Like, I don't know how I got it, but I did. And that was like, it was kind of weird, though. It was a really freeing. Well, like, when you're that low, it's kind of like there's this freedom that you experience. Like, you can't lose anything else. You know what I mean? Like, what else are you gonna take from me? Like, I'm gonna give up on this dream. I got no girl. I'm toothless and hopeless. Like, what? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what else can you take?
Straight up, man. Straight up. I know that was hard. What years were those for you?
2000, probably 2003, 2004, like around those years, man. Yeah. Like Yo, they ran a plane into them buildings, and I could not, like, no one wanted to hire me. They're like, it's a little mean. Your humor's a little mean. Like, it was. Suddenly nobody wants insult humor. Like, I don't know.
You don't fit in. Like, wait till things, get a little less sensitive.
We're a little butt hurt. We just got punked on by 4 Arabs with a fucking box cutter.
We need time before we can laugh again.
Can you imagine that shit? Like, I don't know. Like, if it went down the way it went down, like, really? Really? We got taken out by some fucking razor blades? God damn, that's disheartening.
I mean, like, you know, what is that? I mean, none of us know, man. You know
I'm just saying, if it went down the way it went down,
right?
It's a little disheartening.
Yeah.
That shit wouldn't have flew in the fucking 40s. They would have been like, what wise guy? You trying to take over this plane, wise guy?
You gonna give me a scrape?
Somebody better lick him. Lick him. Nowadays, the motherfuckers had too much to live for. They're like, just be cool.
We're gonna get through this.
He's got a box cutter. Relax.
It's cool. Well, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do anything with us. He doesn't want to, he's got his own thing. He's gonna work that out, and then we'll be good. Everybody, just sit down. Sit down.
Do as they say.
Right?
They have a box cutter. They could cut a box. Like, give me a fucking break.
No, but we don't need any passenger 57s. Everybody,
calm down.
Be cool.
That shit's, we really started sucking when people fucking showed up to airplanes wearing pajamas and shit. That's bitches showed up with pajamas and their teddy bear. Like, yeah, man, we not fighting no fucking terrorists in that.
Man, no. I mean, cats, they knew it. They knew what time it was. You hear that TSA is going to start allowing a PreCheck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it runs for airlines. The first airlines that do it are just going to do it for their frequent flyers and like people that work with the airlines and shit. But you're going to be able to go through a screening, like, off-site, you know what I'm saying, somewhere where you'll get fingerprinted and checked and shit like that. So, my bad. So that you'll be able to go through security quicker. Right? You won't have to take your shoes off or belts off, or you can wear a light jacket and shit like that. So
I'll do that. I fly enough where that shit is like fine.
Yep.
I mean, I'll do it.
So certain airlines, yeah, you know, when they start doing that shit, they're not doing it in all cities yet, but when they start doing that, you'll be able to go get fingerprinted and
that. You know what? That was the worst. Right after that 9/11, they never had like every airline had their own set of rules. Like, and they all were saying it's federal, but they all interpret them differently. Like I've had to take off a goddamn do-rag. Don't ask me why I was wearing a do-rag, but I had on a goddamn do-rag. And
I remember.
They made me take that bitch off. I'm like, what am I going to hide under a fucking do-rag? Like, really? What am I going to hide? But then they let me walk through with a gallon of fucking unidentified liquid. You know? Like... Where, this could be gasoline right here. This could be anything, and then, but like,
then they change it up.
Every month they were changing it up.
Like, you just change it up. Like, but on that, you used to be a lot more hood in your 20s.
Yeah, you know what it was too. It was like where I lived. When I lived in Michigan, I would dress real preppy. When I moved out to L.A., I dressed way more hood. It was just like, for some reason, there's always something contrary about me, you know what I mean? So like in Michigan, like before I left, I was wearing turtleneck sweaters. I had turtleneck sweaters. You know, you couldn't tell me shit. I was preppy than a motherfucker. I looked like a skateboarder sometimes. Like, it was just, I don't know. I don't like for people to be able to look at me and be like, he's this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when I came out here, I wanted to rep Detroit, so.
You tried to Detroit it. Yeah. I remember.
Successfully.
I remember.
Successful. You know what the worst part is? The worst part about being a trendsetter, you ready for this?
The modesty?
Yeah, is the worst part about being a trendsetter is
how humble you have to be.
It's really hard to really be humble and just keep a little bit of humility.
Yeah.
When you're setting these trends. No, here's the fucking problem. It's like you go back and look at the pictures and you can't put a year next to the picture. You know what I mean? You can't say, I was doing this before them. All they see is like like some of my shit when the way I'm dressed, I basically look like an MMA fan from from fucking 3 years ago. I look like I'm a fucking MMA fan from 3 years ago with a chin strap and a fucking like a crazy mesh hat on, you know what I mean, or a trucker hat with like some weird leather, you know. And I'm trying to explain to people like, no, that was from fucking 10 years ago. Like, no, that was from '01. And they're like, dude, you look like a fucking cheese dick. Or like my dreadlocks. I'm like, yeah, you look like Counting Crows. I was like, fuck you, I was way before Counting Crows. I don't even know who Counting Crows is. Don't call me Counting Crows.
And you know, that's what the problem is, man, is that you didn't have a follower. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the follower that puts you out there. I heard this in a TED Talk. Okay, you have the leader, right? And they are the innovator. You know what I'm saying? But it's the follower that gets everybody else on
behind
board.
you.
They show everybody else how it is to follow this cat.
I got no one to co-sign my shit.
That's it.
Ain't that a bitch?
That's it. You needed somebody to say, "Hey, Jude, that's cool what you're doing. I'm gonna do it too."
I'm gonna do it too. They did it. Fucking 3 years later, you know.
But you don't get any credit now.
And if anything, then I get lumped in with these cheese balls. I'm like, fuck. Hey, chin straps are cool for a while. Give me a break. And you know, I got my chin strap from Teddy Riley, by the way. I saw Teddy Riley. I saw Teddy Riley in the Blackstreet video looking cool as hell. I was like, man, I'm gonna do it like that. I'm doing that. I'm gonna shave that line right on my chin. That shit look cool as hell. Yeah, there it is.
Man, I never really I don't know. Maybe when I was in the probably like in middle school, 6th, 7th grade was the only time that I really tried to follow a trend. You know what I mean? Is when I had my high top fade, and you know, I wanted it to be as tall as it could be.
Well, we were on the fucking underground, like we were on that backpacker shit. Well, it wasn't even backpacker.
It wasn't that thing.
We was just on our hip hop shit with weird vests and like with fisherman vests, and like you'd rock some old school like Adidas that you'd only know about them bitches unless you was like from back in the day to show how fucking real you were.
Right.
You know?
And you know, it was about I got some shit that you don't have. You know what I mean?
But that was a trend,
and it wasn't. Yeah, I mean that was the idea. That was the mentality. You know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't say, "Oh, I see you have that, so now I'm gonna go get it." Wow. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Unless it was like some crew shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody wore Timbs. You know what I mean? There was like certain footwear. We followed
the black college sweatshirts. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The fucking Africa medallions, which you've seen that I've been rocking again lately.
I like that shit. I used to have one of those with the fucking Star David on that bitch. It was like one of them Ethiopian stars and shit.
That was the shit, man. That was the shit at that time, man. Like that was what it was about, you know. And it was hip hop then, you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot blacker.
Well, the black people, the rich black kids, because I went to a rich junior high school. I went to Rochester, which is to me was rich.
Yeah,
and the rich
they had a fucking mall in their courtyard. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, they were rich.
Carpet. fucking we had a video class. We didn't have to worry about students stealing the camera. We had all that. It was like everybody had you had your own camera at home.
You had fast food in there, didn't you?
Yeah, there was a Taco Bell in that bitch. They had one for athletes, which was a high carb, because they used to think pasta was good back in the day, like a high carb, high fucking protein, low fat for the athletes. Like you could get your athlete, go through and get an athlete fucking meal. Like it was next level.
I just remember, like, you know, for cats that don't know, like I went out there for that semester, and it was just amazing. You know what I mean? Because it was night and day coming from Pontiac Northern,
where there's literally metal detectors and like fucking a gang of pregnant teens.
It's like Lean on Me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like any of them high school movies where, you know, they need a white person to come in to
fucking to relate to help relate to black kids,
the
and
endangered youth.
I know how it was too.
We needed Michelle Pfeiffer and Tom Berenger,
fucking
Jim Belushi.
Jim Belushi, the substitute. You know, that's what I was thinking of when you was claiming that shit. That was what Northern was. And like I was supposed to go there, and I ended up going. My old man moved to the other area, to Rochester, so that I could go to a better school. And I'm fucking. Oh yeah, that's the only reason why I was over there.
Word. See. Andrew's a stand-up dude, man.
He
when
knew.
He wants to be.
He knew. Yo, he like, one thing he understood was, like, education. Even though I was an awful student, he just knew that it was like, nah, man, you ain't gonna be going to Pioneer schools, man.
Yeah. And it was him that allowed me to use the address, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just used the downstairs neighbor, Richard's address.
Yeah.
That guy was all... Richard was, like, crazy. He was on welfare. And all he would do is just read sci-fi shit and jerk off and smoke weed. And he'd fucking... Like, he had a dog that died, and I swear to God, 5 years later, like, there was still dog hair all over the crib. And he would lay in bed and watch fucking television, and... It was like one of them 80s TV with like the push button shit to change the channels.
Yeah.
He had a long ass stick.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God. And he would just poke the motherfucking TV with the stick when he wanted to change the channel. I swear to you, dude. He was fucking
wow.
He was fucking nuts. I think he was depressed. He never left the house. The only time he left the house was to go to get cigarettes. I wonder how he's doing. Shout out to Richard. I went to go see when I was with Julie years ago. I had took her to Michigan to show her where I was from. And I was trying to get her to want to move out there. She did not want any part. I drove around Detroit to like all of the fucking, you know, I'm like, hey, check out, like, this shit is crazy, right? Like, this post-apocalyptic looking fucking city that, I don't know, it's like, this is fucking where we're from, you know, showing her around and shit.
Everything you've heard about Detroit is true.
Yep.
Here it is.
And it didn't just start fucking 3 years ago. It's been that way. You know what I mean? Like, it's been that
There's a reason
way.
that it has this reputation.
Yes. And so I'm, like, taking her around, like, hey, you want to see this? She was like, she didn't want no parts of this shit. So anyway, I took her to where I grew up at, and bruh, man, like, I just started crying when I saw the place. You know what
Straight
I mean?
up.
Because you don't realize what you live in until you get out of it. You know, you don't realize where you're at until you're out of where you're at a lot of times. And like when I showed it to her, it was just like, God damn, man, this is a little fucking shit box. Like, it was a fucking.
And you took her to like countryside, things like that.
I took her by countryside. I took her over, but it wasn't until the fucking going to the Rochester apartment, which is the nice area. You know what I mean? The countryside apartments are nice. It was my fucking the Rochester apartment so that we could go to that good school. That's when I was like, I looked around. It was just. It was fucking depressing. I'm like, God damn, dude.
I can imagine.
Like, fuck, I was here for fucking 12 years, like, in this bitch. Fucking.
You stayed there for 12 years?
Stayed there from, like, let's see, fucking. No, I'll take that back. Let's see. I got there, like, 4th grade. 8 years. 8 years.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's a long time. Long time. You know?
Yeah.
But it made us who we are, man.
Yeah.
Made us who we are.
And I'm happy that I got to go to fucking, you know, I'm actually, I used to hate having to go to that school because I couldn't relate to any of those kids, you know, they were like, and that was to my point. It was like these rich black kids was telling me that, like, I couldn't rock this shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't rock that, you're not black, da-da-da. I'm like, fuck you, I wear what I want to wear.
Right.
And like, bitch, like, Like in my brain, I was like, "Fuck you! You're a fucking rich, fucking middle class asshole. I don't care what color you are. Like
Right.
telling me what to wear. Fucking go home to your mom and dad and go hang out with them."
And that was the time. Like that wasn't as much of a complaint, man. You know what I'm saying? At least anywhere where we were at then, you know, as you would have thought it would have been. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, you know, cats rocking black college sweatshirts and shit, you know.
Bro, I used to get it from I used to get it over there. Like,
But what you're talking about, like in Rochester?
Yeah, at the predominantly white in that predominantly white area with upper middle class, I used to get it from all angles, man.
Because you got this small community of black cats, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to, like, you know, come together. Like when they tried to bring me into their group, you know what I mean, but I couldn't fit in because I don't have money. I'm from Pontiac. You know what I'm saying? They
had a club called the Flavor Unit. I swear to God, they had a club called the Flavor Unit. I swear to you, and it was only black kids were allowed in the club.
Yeah.
And it was like all these rich ass black kids that had a little Flavor Unit fucking sweatshirts and shit, you know.
I thought that shit was funny, man. I thought this shit was funny, especially like, you know, like when the rapping would come up. Like, you know, everybody was a rapper until I got there. Yeah. Then like, oh no, we just be fucking around.
You know, we played with that shit. I didn't know they were rappers. Yeah. I didn't know they were rappers.
Oh, you know, like as cats got older, man, you know, like all them cats are making music, you know, or they used to be. I don't know if any of them still are, but a lot of those people.
I was thinking that, and you probably know this shit, at being one. It's when I was getting
a nigger.
Yes. What's that like? Do you like always want to steal, or is it just?
I know if the wrong motherfucker says it to me, I can get paid.
Oh my God!
Say nigga. Just call me a nigga.
You're talking about the fucking. You're talking about that one thing.
The lawsuit. We'll get to that. Finish your thought, and we'll go there next.
Where was I at? What was I saying?
You were saying that being that I'm one, probably.
Oh, because I was getting the ticket from the meter maid, and I was going to cuss the meter maid out for giving me a ticket, even though I was wrong. You know what I mean? But I was just going to cuss them out because to me, in my brain, a meter maid is a snitch. Like, you were like the lowest of the low.
I know you got a thing.
I fucking hate them.
I saw we were coming off that run over there by the park, and we were coming down the steps, and you saw a meter dude giving a ticket out, and you just bitch. Shit, you started saying that like bitch. Snitch, bitch. Bitch, I'm like, he's not even giving you a ticket, dog.
Fuck him,
He's
dog.
just doing his job.
Think about it like this. And I know it's going to sound fucked up, but like if more people that wasn't getting tickets just like ran up on a meter maid and bucked him in the head with a brick. Like, think about it. Like, if more people, like, just if you're not getting a ticket, but you see a meter maid giving somebody a ticket and you just run up on them and hit them in the head with a brick, like sneak them. I bet you they'll fucking chill out on them tickets a little bit, man.
Nah, man, it'll just escalate. Then they'll start carrying.
I guess you're right.
You know?
I got this rage against the machine.
I know.
I just do. Because they'll ticket for street cleaning and won't even clean the street. Like the trucks won't be there to clean the street, but like they'll be out in that bitch ticketing. Sure enough,
yo, I've seen, man. I was parked over. I was going to fucking LACMA, and I'm parked over on this street, waiting for, you know, like it's at 3. At 3 you can park there, right? Up until then you can't. All right,
and you're just standing there, right?
It's 5 minutes to. Okay, I'm in the car. I'm sitting in the car. It's still fucking running.
I already know where this is going.
You see where it's going.
It's going.
Okay,
I already know it's going.
Here he comes, parking enforcement. You know what I'm saying? He rolls up. He flags me away. I'm like, what? Right? He goes down. He fucks with some other people, and then turns around, comes back to me, and starts writing my license plate up. I pull off. I pull off. I didn't get a ticket, you know what I'm saying? But still, like, it was 5 minutes to 3.
It's like, and that's that shit that it's hard not to see. You see what I'm saying about killing them?
Yeah.
Like, I really, you just, like,
I can understand it.
Bruh. I'm just saying.
I can understand it, but it's not going to do anything.
I'm just saying, like, if this was in the 40s, where you think they would have been working? In them concentration camps, bro. That's them. That's the type of person that you're dealing with. Yep. And the worst part about it, it's the most marginalized people. It's like the quote-unquote marginalized, like, minorities doing this fucking job. It's like you're killing your own. Like, you're getting your own, dude.
They always put, this was a brother, right? This was a brother.
He don't know what to do with it. He's got this much fucking power. He just can't even be cool about it.
You know, he wasn't gonna let me slide. 5 minutes, right? I pulled around. This is how much time it was. I pulled around the block, right, and he's gone. The whole side is filled up. Now I got to go to another street to park.
Ain't that a bitch? And here's the worst part about it. Here's the irony. If it doesn't, like, I'm gonna say some law, and I don't even know the law.
Okay,
I'm not a lawyer, but if it's got to say no standing. You know what I mean? Because standing is staying in your car with that bitch running on the side of the street. If it says no parking, you're technically not parked. You got your car.
I'm not parked.
You got your car.
I'm running.
The engine on, and you're on the side of the street.
So, and what it's for is street cleaning. Okay, if the truck is already passed, Doug. You know what I'm saying? Why am I not good? If I can't just pull off, you know what I mean? Like, if the truck is coming, why can't I just pull off? You know what I mean? But he's got a quota to fill, man.
And he's got to flex his little bitch ass muscles, man.
Got quota fill. And this is what I was talking to you about. I'm not going to get mad at that shit.
Well, I'm not either.
I'm not going to get mad at this shit.
That's why I didn't cuss her ass out, and I was just like, fuck it. I was mad. I was mad that I got a ticket. $75 fucking dollars.
That's $75.
That's $75 that I don't have now. You know what I mean? And I was mad about it, but it got me thinking. I was like, her fucking, me cussing her out ain't gonna do shit.
Nope.
And I was like, man, what's that like, having a job that just fucking people hate you for? You know what I mean? It's like,
well, tell me about it, Juke.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. And this is the unfortunate thing for you, and it's not even your fault because you are, like we were saying, you are a successful rapper. You've been able to fucking make money off of your music. Yeah. But I swear to God, when I meet someone at a party and they tell me they're a rapper, it's like saying I got like AIDS or something. I don't even feel bad. Like, AIDS, I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. Like I feel for you. I'll fucking like run a half marathon to help raise you some money or some shit like this. But like, if someone's at a party and like, yeah, I'm a rapper, like, I want to get away from you as fucking fast as possible. It's the worst, dude. It's the worst. You got to experience that sometimes, too.
Man, I experience all the time. You know what I'm saying? But like, my main thing is, there's always somebody there that tries to put something on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to distinguish me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, listen. He's one of the good rappers.
He's the good rapper.
He does this, and he's one of the conscious, intelligent type. He's what's good about it. Like, yo, I'm a fucking rapper, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can take it whatever way they want to take it. You know what I'm saying?
And to be real, it's like, yo, are you successful or not? Because if you're not successful, you're not a fucking rapper.
That's it.
You're a barista now.
That's it. Straight the fuck up.
You're a waiter. You're a waiter that wants to be a rapper right now. What do you get paid to do?
Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you make your money? How do you make your money? Or and like I said, I mean, the money is a byproduct, and like, all the shit that comes from it is like, it's just a byproduct. Like I said, what I wanted to do was I wanted to make some music that, like, cats would remember forever. I've done that, right? Like, that's what I'm about, man. I'm about making music that lasts, right? The stuff that I've put out, or the stuff that I write, I don't feel like I want to take to another level, right? You know what I mean? If I've done this already, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that again, right? Like, this may be just me. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't want to make another Masters of the Universe album. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to make another Name the Model, the Outcome. You know what I mean? And if I don't feel like I'm doing that, you know what I'm saying? If I don't feel like I'm taking it to another level, which I am on this next shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to plug it right now. So this Starman shit, I am taking it to another level. It's crazy. It's incredible. Check this rhyme out I just wrote to you.
Shit is that good. You like rhymes, don't you?
You know, that's just what it is, man. Like I don't know how we got so far away from this and then went there and then got back here, but we were going to go back to something. What was that over there? The lawsuit. The lawsuit.
The black guy called this other chick, these two girls, a nigger.
Right.
He said that they were acting like niggers.
Right.
He had a problem with them because they were allegedly, I'm sure they were. Like, if you got to sit down and talk to somebody about what they're doing, they're usually doing what the fuck they're doing.
It's usually going on.
They were dressed inappropriately, which is, that's right, you know, if that's...
Right. On the job.
There's proof. You know what I mean? Like
there's a dress code.
Yeah, you're wearing the wrong shit. It's not like you said this. It's not he say, she say. It's like you wore that to work.
Yeah.
I got a problem with that.
And that's not the appropriate thing. And that's why he fucked up in the way they handled. Like, you know, I guess he thought that, you know, since they were black and they were going to understand, you know, and that was the way that he was going to communicate it to him. He was going to get through to him by saying, you're being some niggers right now. You don't want to be niggers. You see what I'm saying? Niggers is not what you want to be.
You don't want to be that.
Okay.
And in his brain, niggers were ignorant motherfuckers fucking up.
Yeah, the worst of blacks, right? That's
basically.
what he thought. And that's again, you know, it shows you what that word has done. You know what I'm saying, or what, you know, any of it is done to, you know, cats like that. I'm sure he's an older cat.
It's that Chris, and I think it's that Chris Rock routine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Chris Rock routine went bad on him. Like, he was sitting there trying to, like, drop some fucking science and, like, hit him with the Chris Rock routine. But they taped it like some snitches in my brain. Like, that's some old, you a bitch. Like, you at work fucking up, and then you got the nerve to, like, set the dude up.
And you know, obviously, they taped it because he must have
done it before.
He must have say shit like this all the time. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So they were prepared this time.
Yeah, they got
him
for $280,000.
Got the company for $280,000.
That's
call me a nigga, Judo. Call me a nigga right now. I'm get paid. I'm fucking serious.
And that's yeah, right? Can you imagine? Good luck. Tell me how that goes. You say that
we could get together on a con. I'm serious, right? We could get together on a con.
That's short term.
This is what is open. It's opened the door for, right? Like, you and I could come together and say we could get paid.
Well, you were saying off mic that, like, this is going to get so bad that, like, if, let's say you call me a nigger.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some money.
You can get paid.
I'm like, that's racist.
You know what I'm saying? He made me uncomfortable because that's what they were putting up, is that he created a hostile work environment. You know what I mean? So let's say I come on to the show, you know what I'm saying, to the All Out show, right? And I'm just calling you all kinds of niggers.
I don't think it's going to work because you're not actually hired by Sirius.
We won't know until we try it, Judo.
I'm not going to do it. You're not going to come on there calling me all types of niggers, man. The worst part about it is, like, you use that word and then your argument's done. Like, because he might have been dead right, but since he did fucking say it that way, it's over. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they were doing. It doesn't matter how they were behaving.
They get off, and they get a fucking $280K payoff.
They'll probably spend it like some niggers, though.
That's all I needed. I got that. Boop, boop. Yeah, we're getting paid here.
What did you say? Say that again? That makes me feel uncomfortable. And it's like this is what we're becoming, like these little fucking tattletale bitches that are looking for ways to get paid.
Yeah,
it's I don't know. Be the change you want to be. I'm not suing nobody because they're not nice to me.
But that's what, and, you know, as far as becoming, we are right. This is what we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, from the first frivolous fucking lawsuit. You know what I mean? We've been this way.
This is it. It's like. We were so much cooler before we had lawyers.
It's just like hitting the lotto. You know what I'm saying? It's just like hitting the lotto. Motherfuckers sitting back waiting for there to be some kind of way for me to get paid off of nothing.
And like there was a reason back in the day. Like it wasn't cool. Hey, it's not cool for me to come in and like put my dick on your shoulder when you're trying to type and like grabbing chicks' asses or calling somebody boy or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like these things, but we gotta use our discretion here. Like, come on.
Yeah.
This is a black on black thing. Like, this is, I don't understand. You know what I mean?
But see,
like,
that's another reason is that they're trying to, you know, say something here. You know what I'm saying? That look, it applies to both sides. You know, you're just not gonna if we're gonna fuck up the one bitch, the Paula Deen. If we're gonna fuck up Paula Deen, then we're gonna fuck up everybody. You know what I mean? Like if you say it, we're gonna get in your shit. You know, so that's what it is, man.
They got paid.
I'm just waiting for somebody to call me a nigger where I can get paid. Okay, because I've been called nigger plenty of times, and I haven't seen a dime yet.
Well, broke people tend to use that term a lot. You know, they use it the most free. They're free with it.
And old people, old white people will use nigger in a heartbeat. I remember I was sitting down with this old dude. I don't know if I told this story before.
No, I never heard it.
I was sitting down with this old dude, and we were at the courthouse. I can't even remember why we were there.
Wait, you were at the courthouse?
Yeah, we were at the courthouse.
You're in a federal building? He's dropping this shit on you?
And you know, he's telling me about, you know, an incident that happened at his house where there you know, were some teenagers, I guess, and they were fucking with his yard and shit like this here, and so he had to holler at them, you know, and there were these niggers, and they were coming over and they were messing with my yard. No offense though, no offense, not, you know what I mean, not, you know, they were niggers, but not you. You know, like, and as always, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, again. Oh yeah, tell me more.
Yeah, keep
tell me more.
What
man?
about these niggers? How are they dressed?
Tell me more. You know, like, because I want to see how far it's gonna go, man. Like I've had crazy experiences with nigger, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even remember if I've told any of these stories on there.
Who was that guy? Like, what, you just met him?
The old dude. Why was it? I think we were at I was in court for my case.
Right.
And he was one of my cellmates. He was an old dude. Just we were over in the court together.
I don't know. I kind of prefer that type of shit. Like, I kind of prefer you knowing where you stand with a person, or even. And here's the other thing. Like, I don't think that using that word necessarily means that they're more racist than someone that doesn't use that word.
No.
They just use that fucking word.
Yeah. And that was like, you know, and these are. He was like an old dude. Like, right. He was like 80. So, you know, he's coming from a time where they would throw nigger around like it was nothing. You know what I mean?
It was
it's like
just a word.
You
like,
know,
that was how you describe.
They could call a brother a nigger, and he was like, oh, yeah, well, that's what I am.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me get that cotton for you. There you go.
Pick a bale of cotton.
You know what I'm
Pick
saying?
a bale of hay.
They're that Tom Sawyer nigger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah, the fucking, yeah. It's true.
The Huck Finn nigger. That's what I mean.
Yeah, totally. No, you're all the way right. And it's, well, there's a couple things. One, I don't think that being racist is the worst shit ever. Like, I think being a rapist is the worst shit ever. I think fucking...
That is wrong.
I think putting a gun in someone's face and taking their money is the worst thing ever. I think fucking... like embezzling millions of dollars is the worst thing ever. You know, I think killing somebody is the worst thing ever. I think fucking a child is the worst thing ever. I think feeling a certain way about somebody because of their race, it's not that bad. Like, it's not, and that's where they put it, because we come from this country with like
such a history.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, you're racist.
Yeah,
and it's
and that's what it is, man. That's what it is. It's like it is where we're from. You know what I mean? And so those are the things that we become sensitive about. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, anything else, like the fucking gay revolution. You know what I mean? Like,
with
you can't call a cat fag, you know. It's sick.
They're trying to make that similar, and it's just not. It's not. You haven't been systematically oppressed. You haven't been fucking taken from your homeland.
You know, I'm sure you've seen you know, the worst. You know what I mean? Like you've seen some gay bashing and
you
shit
get beat
like
up from fucking 1st to 5th grade. You make friends with the theater kids around 6th, 7th grade. You find your little thing. Like, yo, it's
you
shitty
realize
for a while.
that it's bad to be looking at other cats' dicks in the show in gym. You know what I'm saying?
They got a whole thing. It's called It Gets Better. You know what I mean? Like,
and you know, and not just for gay kids, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, school is awful for a lot of kids. You know, it's awful for plenty of us.
It's like, unless you're like the upper echelon of children,
right?
It's shit rolls downhill. Everybody's getting it one way or another,
right,
man. Like, you're just fucking getting it. You're just getting it because you're gay,
right?
And I don't know. Like, I feel for gay people, man. It's like, I'm not saying it's been easy for gay people, but it hasn't been. You're not Native American.
No,
you're not fucking black.
No,
you just suck dick. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like, whatever.
You haven't been took out of your wherever you live, you know, against your will and housed somewhere and
fucking stripped of any culture that you had,
all your dignity. You know what I'm saying?
You just take it in the ass, bro. Like, that's not that big of a deal. All right, so a couple Christians feel a certain way about it. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know. It's just, you're not gonna sell me. You'll never sell me that word carries the same weight. Like, you're just never gonna sell me that shit.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's back to the shit and the value and the significance that we place on these things, man.
And that's that. And you would hope, like, with that lawsuit, like, all right, man, if it was a white dude calling these people some niggers, like, it's just different. It is just different. Is it $280,000? I don't know, man. But like some black on black nigger shit. Come on, man.
Yeah,
give me a fucking break. Give me a break.
$280,000, man. $280,000.
That's more than she's seen in fucking years.
That's what it is. Is like it's the door that it opens, man.
And that's the other thing about these lawsuits. Like, let's be real. You know, this bitch probably makes about $33,000 a year.
Right. What kind of job was it?
She worked at a temp agency or some shit.
Is that
like
what
that.
it was?
Yeah. Let's say you're making $40,000 a year. Like, how are you entitled to 200? Like, how are you entitled to 7 times what you would make in a fucking year just because someone wasn't nice to you?
But bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at her, right? I'm not mad at her. She got paid. Well, she's figured out how to get over on that. I wish I could find a way to you know, get paid off a nigger.
Yeah,
get paid off an insult. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I'll be able to look at myself in the mirror every day.
I'd look fine. I'd look good. Yeah. I would hold up. I would get like it all in singles. You know what I'm saying? And I would like wipe it, you know.
And I understand you. You're like, the system is what it is. Pimp the fucking system. But like, there's certain shit, like, as a man, as my own little beliefs, my own little shit that I believe in. I'm not fucking gonna make it worse. I'm not gonna make it worse by fucking contributing to that fuckery. That's why I'm not gonna be a goddamn meter maid. I'm not gonna sue somebody because they weren't nice to me. I'm not gonna do that shit.
And you're alone. You know what I'm saying? And you know.
I know I am. I know I'm alone. I know I'm alone. But it's I gotta live with myself. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta live with me every fucking day.
And then, you know, like it doesn't always go that way, man. You know, it doesn't always go that way. There's plenty of times where this situation is going on that we never hear about, and the only reason that we're hearing about it now is because she got $280,000, right? What do
you mean? Like, people get fucked with at work all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Well, people get fucked with at work. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what it is.
People get fucked with.
Get awful shit said to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. Like,
we're just talking about the Homieville thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, with my boss calling me Homieville.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw nothing off that. But, you know, maybe if I would have pressed it a little bit, or, you know,
pursued it.
Yeah.
I don't know though, man. I don't know. But like, everyone's different. Like,
that's what it is.
Everyone's different. Like, I've been sexually harassed at McDonald's. I used to have this retarded lady who come up and be grabbing on my ass all the fucking time. But it's just like, hey, don't touch my ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. Like, she still fucking grabbed my booty. But like, what am I gonna do? Like, really? Like, really? I'm gonna do a lawsuit? Give me a fucking break, dude.
And what I'm talking about, like, you know, things like, and yeah, these are two different stories. But like I was telling you about the dude who got 30 days for rape. You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
sometimes it works for the right reasons, and sometimes it doesn't work for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
Sometimes the shit just is broken.
Yeah. That's what it is, man. You know, what I think about that situation is that I think it's opening a door for worse. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. It's a slippery slope, dude. It's just a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Like, and this is what we're stepping into. And like, you see it out here, man. You can't park anywhere because if a motherfucker falls down in your goddamn driveway or in your parking lot, they can sue you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, kids can't play half the places because there's a guy that if they get hurt, it's a lawsuit. Like, it's like we need these lawyers to protect us from ourselves. And it's like, yo, man, there's got to be a certain level of like, yo, if you do this and get fucked up, that's on you.
Yeah.
Like, no one told you not to park there.
It's the crying wolf thing now, but now we're crying nigger. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you know, for wherever we want to get to, you know what I'm saying? Wherever we want to get to with this is like, if we want to get away from it, that is not the way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That is not the way. You're making it more of a thing. You know what I'm saying? The more that you do about nigger, you know what I'm saying? The more lawsuits that happen over nigger, you know what I'm saying? You are making nigger into this thing, you know what I'm saying? Like this, it's a world-ending thing. Like, dog, it's just a fucking word.
And the funny thing is, like, just look at this story. You've had to hear nigger about 30 fucking times in this goddamn podcast off of this fucking story. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that like, yo.
Nigger. I said some more.
But back to the old point, like this, I find some of the most racist motherfuckers are like the most liberal motherfuckers. Like these people that would never dream of saying nigger in public. You know what I mean? They would never say that. They're fucking like the most fucking, you know, I'm not racist. I call them African Americans. Like, my sister, like, she lives up in Traverse City, and it's the most racially undiverse place ever. You know what I mean? And it's like that. But they're so politically correct. It's like, how are you that politically correct? And you never lived around them. They never dream of calling a fucking black person a black person. He's African American.
Right.
It's like, and you know that's the first motherfucker, like, if they got their bike stolen, like, it's probably a fucking nigger. You know what I mean? I know it. I see it.
Oh, definitely. You know, I went up there and performed several times. They love Binary Star in Traverse City. But you know, that's always the, you know, being black is a novelty up there. You know what I'm saying?
It's like they like the idea of having a black friend. I like the idea of having a black friend, not in practice at all, but
it's always like, and you know, you get this when you come across those people that don't come across black folk all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's always the you know, like the questions of like, you know, like, so, you know, they want to test to see if things are true, the things that they've seen on TV and heard on the news.
So you got your own water fountain?
You know,
is that so? What does your water taste like?
Do you roll on 24s?
Is this
like?
I gotta fucking. And the other thing is they'll romanticize the black person. Like I remember, because they don't experience them in real life.
Yeah,
and they don't live in an area where they're around them. And even if they do, they'll send their kids to a whole fucking, like, these people that come to Detroit to fucking settle. Like, none of their kids are gonna go to any Detroit public school if they're fucking smart. Yeah, it's a shitty school district. They're gonna send them to some private shit. So what they do is like I've been in the car with like some of my liberal friends driving through black areas, and like literally they'll be like, "Wow, he's so majestic." Like we'll see like a black dude. They act like it's a fucking lion, like it's Lion King, or it's like some gorillas in the mist. Yeah, it's like, look at him on the corner in all his black glory. It's like, give me a fucking break. It's a person, dude. The fuck, he shits like you,
and that's the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, man. It's like it's the value and significance that we place on these things, and that we gotta understand that it's us. We are in control of these things. We are doing these things.
What's going on in his black mind right now?
Right, what is he thinking about?
What is he thinking about?
You know, and like
dice game.
the relating, right? That's what I get a lot. It's constantly the relating. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so you know, I've hung out with inner city youths, and the fuck's that got to do with me?
Here's the problem, and this is the problem. It's ignorance, right? It's like, and I was just talking about this on the show. It's like white people. There's a couple things. One, white people got this weird thing where they feel like they're not cool. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And black people are cool in white people's eyes. It's like, that's the fucking epitome of cool.
Right.
And
we do come up with a lot of cool shit.
Fuck yeah. Fucking rock, jazz, like a ton of cool shit.
Right. And then you guys take it back, but still, we do.
Yeah, we do take that shit. Fucking, yo, like, and everybody builds on everything. It's like, you know, like, we got classical music. That's pretty awesome. You can play that all you want if you could learn an instrument. You know what I'm saying? But no, here's the deal. Like, it's a lose-lose for, unless you're, it's a lose-lose for white people a lot of times, because if they're like, hey, man, and they fucking pat you on the back and treat you like they're white friends, a black guy like, why the fuck is he touching me like that? You know what I mean? Like, if they interact with you the way they would interact with a white person, you get offended. And if they try to, not you, but they get offended. And if they try to relate to you on what they think is your level, you get offended. You know what I mean? So it's like like they can't win.
It's because of these sensitivities built up on both sides.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of just like being yourself. Like just fucking be yourself.
Be you, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you're accepted, you're accepted.
Right.
That's it. You know? But a lot of cats aren't comfortable in their own skin, you know what I'm saying? Sitting on either side of the table.
It's I'll tell you, for white people, like, they've been taught the last fucking 40 years just to fucking feel bad about being white. You know what I mean? It's like, don't give anything back. Don't give back any of your shit, but you got to feel bad about this. Like, and I'm in my brain, I'm like, fuck that, run up the score. Like, run up the fucking score. Why are you apologizing now, dude? Why are you apologizing now? Apology ain't gonna do shit. Like, just approach it, just be cool, man.
And that's the way it's always gonna be, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm getting into acceptance, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm embracing these things. I'm embracing the world. I'm embracing life and nature. This is the way it's going to be, and it's all about how I react to these things.
That's wisdom right there. That's wisdom. And it's like, yo, that's the only thing you got control over, is how you react to situations.
That's it. Because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to happen, you know what I mean? So it's about you are in control of the significance and the value that you place on things. You know? In my world, nigger ain't a thing. In my world, race ain't a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether I have to deal with it or not. You know? It's not a thing for me, man. You know, like, I'm not placing it up on this, and I don't care what anybody has to say to me about it either. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you know, do you know how your people have suffered, you know, by this word and thing? Nah, man. Nah, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's 2013.
You're trying to move forward.
That's all I want to do. I just want to move on, right? I want to move on.
All right, we done.
Done?
We got 40 seconds.
Okay, hit us up, ForelliShow.com. ForelliShow@gmail.com.
ForelliShow@gmail.com if you have any questions or comments.
Last word.
Indeed.